Tonight on Connecticut's news station, an AR-15 stolen right out of a car belonging to Deep. Now, police are searching for the suspect.
Plus, a fire rescue in Wethersfield. How crews were able to help a homebound woman who was trapped inside. And a community in mourning. We are learning new details about the teen who drowned while swimming at a beach in Rhode Island. And health officials warning about a rise in cases of swimmer's itch. We're talking to a doctor about what it is and how you can prevent it.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the news at 6. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. Our top story tonight, an AR-15 stolen from a State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection vehicle in Wallingford.
We're now getting a first-hand look at the suspect caught on surveillance video. Fox 61's Emma Wolforth spoke with police. She joins us live from Wallingford Police Department with the latest. Emma.
Ben, Jen, this break-in part of a series of 11 smash and grab car thefts in Wallingford last week. Police tell me the geography and style of the crimes leads them to believe all 11 of these break-ins are related.
It's not an unusual occurrence anymore.
These pictures show the moment a man in a bright yellow sweatshirt and sweatpants smashed the passenger window of a truck in Wallingford. This vehicle, one of 11 hit by the same suspects July 26th, all between 2 and 9 a.m.
It seems like the suspects were just going on a burglary spree, and they were just trying to see what they can get from certain cars. A lot of these thefts, the suspects just broke the window and didn't take anything because they didn't find anything of value inside those vehicles. If they smashed the window and they found something of value, they tried to take it.
And these suspects did find something that morning, an AR-15 rifle.
Unfortunately, this is something that's very, very common nowadays. It's a highly sought-after item by these criminals for obvious reasons.
Around 6:30 that morning, an officer on routine patrol noticed a vehicle with one of its passenger windows smashed. Officers determined the vehicle belonged to Deep, and an AR-15 rifle plus its entire secured and locked police mount, along with ammunition, were stolen.
The AR-15 that was in the Deep vehicle, that was locked and secured away appropriately. So even those measures may not necessarily protect you from theft.
Police urging residents to park cars in garages, remove valuable items from vehicles, and store them inside. But many of these neighbors feeling like it was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
It's probably a fact of life more than anything else. It's really disappointing, that the fact that this occurs, anywhere, not just in our neighborhood, but, anywhere in this country. Nobody likes to see their personal space violated.
And I did reach out to Deep, but they just deferred to Wallingford PD. Now, police tell me that this is still an active and ongoing investigation. They say they take this theft incredibly seriously, especially with the weapons involved. They say they don't want this to fall into the wrong hands. For now, live in Wallingford, Emma Wolforth, Fox 61. Connecticut's news station.
Emma, thank you. New tonight, 2 people hospitalized overnight, 5 others recovering after a kitchen fire displaced a family of 6 in Wethersfield. 2 police officers, the first to arrive, helped remove a homebound woman trapped inside. Fox 61's Samaya Hernandez joining us live at Wethersfield Police Department with the latest. Samaya.
Those 2 officers were treated for smoke inhalation and released, but the homeowner's daughter tells me that her mother suffers from dementia and is now in the ICU. Tiger lilies in full glory outside. Inside,
but there's soot and smoke damage throughout the entire house right now.
A wheelchair rests on a manicured lawn after a dramatic Monday morning rescue on Laconia Road.
2 police officers, 1 of our firefighters, and a civilian passerby was able to get an elderly woman who was in the living room at the time in a bed, was able to get her out.
Fire officials say flames broke out inside the kitchen after 6 a.m.
The fire damage is contained to the kitchen area.
It took crews all of 5 minutes to stop off the fire, but damage was already done. 6 people now requiring temporary housing assistance from the Red Cross. The homeowner's daughter telling Fox 61 off camera that her mother, now in the ICU, requires an oxygen tank to breathe and suffers from dementia.
Luckily, the fire didn't impact the oxygen.
The whole ordeal sending 7 people to the hospital. 2 officers were treated for smoke inhalation and released. As of Monday afternoon, 3 residents are expected to be released, but 2 will require overnight stays at least. The cause of that fire still under investigation, but authorities also using this as a reason to urge residents to check on the status of their smoke detectors. In Wethersfield, I'm Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Samaya, thank you. Well, after a mostly wet weekend, we woke up to cooler temperatures out there and sunshine. This is Wadsworth Falls in Middlefield this morning, a beautiful sight out there, and we are enjoying the weather we had yesterday and today.
Hoping it continues here. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us with the first look at the forecast. Hi, Rachel.
We deserve some dry weather, and we are going to get it moving forward. Beautiful days ahead with warm sunshine and comfortably cool and even refreshing nights ahead. Today's high temperature up around 80 degrees, so below average, and that's how it's going to stay as we head through the coming days. Here's a look at other temperatures across the state, down from our high of the day into the 70s for most of the area, except for along the shoreline. And we do have a couple hit or miss showers, but not your classic July heavy downpour. I mean, I feel like it's been raining nonstop this month, but we do have a few passing showers out there, and they'll be out there until around the sun goes down. So Andover, Columbia, and Coventry all seeing showers right now. If you live in Lebanon, if you live in Windham, this is heading your way. A few flicks of the windshield wipers, and then you can go back outside again if you want to go walk the dog. We've got another shower here around Hamden and Wallingford, and that's also continuing to move to the south and east if you're in Durham or Killingworth. That's heading your way. This is actually part of a reinforcing shot of cool and refreshing air, and you're going to be able to feel it come first thing tomorrow morning. Almost a taste of early fall, you know, having that hot cup of coffee on the deck in the morning. Overnight lows will be dipping back into the 50s to right around 60 degrees. So that's where we're going to start off the day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, dry conditions, high temperatures climbing into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees, and another comfortably cool night for tomorrow night. But the humidity returns later this week, Thursday night into Friday, and along with it, a rising chance for rain. We're going to talk more about that and what it means for the weekend coming up.
See you in a bit, Rachel. Thank you. Also new tonight, the Connecticut Agricultural Experiment Station is calling invasive ticks a public health concern for residents here in Connecticut. Officials say they're seeing a rise in the invasive species from residents coming from home from international travel. 4 different exotic tick cases were recently reported from travelers returning from Europe, Africa, and South and Central America. To prevent tick bites, you should use repellent that contains DEET, and also check your clothing after being outside.
New details tonight. The body of a New London teenager who vanished while swimming in Rhode Island has been found. Officials say 15-year-old Jameer Martin Iko Gregorio was swept away by the current in Westerly on Thursday. Coming up at 6:30, how that teen was found, plus the message from the New London School District tonight.
A 13-year-old recovering tonight after being shot while in a stolen car that was chasing another stolen car. Police say shots were fired from one of the cars near Yale New Haven Hospital yesterday and hit a 13-year-old passenger in the other car. The teen was then dropped off at the hospital. She had non-life-threatening injuries and has since been released from the hospital. Police later found the stolen cars abandoned near Asylum Street.
Also in New Haven, a person was stabbed last night on Spring Street. Police say they responded to the scene around 7, where the victim was found unconscious. He was taken to the hospital and was last listed in critical condition. Police say they later found a crime scene near the fire department. No word on any suspects. And a woman is in court today in connection to a fatal pedestrian crash in Fairfield. Megan Rice turned herself in earlier this month. She's accused of hitting Megan Ravi in June. Ravi died in that crash. Rice is facing multiple charges. She was released on $100,000 bond.
A spree of car break-ins plagued the town of Farmington early this morning. Nearly 24 vehicles were broken into on the southeast side of Farmington. Authorities believe the intent was property damage because few people had anything removed from their cars, and no cars have been reported stolen so far. The police department's reminding residents to remove valuables from their vehicles or lock them in the trunks.
Winchester police are asking for your help identifying the people vandalizing areas with graffiti. The vandalism happened at Suckerbrook Dam, Rowley Street, and Willow Street. Police say DOSE is displayed on several of the spray-painted areas. If you have any information about the individuals involved, you are asked to contact the Winchester Police Department.
Also new tonight, new funding looks to improve transit infrastructure in New London. The $17 million RAISE grant will go toward a new pedestrian bridge, high-speed ferry terminal, and a new transit hub, among other projects. The city's mayor says that this is something that's long overdue.
Our Achilles heel was a tight parking situation, an inability for the pedestrians to get over Water Street, get over the tracks to the waterfront, and this grant will help us get that project done.
These projects look to decrease congestion, improve pedestrian safety, expand accessibility, and meet the growing demand of travelers using the city's transportation services. Still to come.